compact. Okay, so I'm taking the burr and turning it slightly so the side of the burr cuts the tooth, not the very tip.
Which burr number are you using?
Number 2.
Number 2, alright.
And it's sharp this time, so it cuts much. But make sure you have a sharp burr. That last one, I know you said you only used it twice, but it was not sharp at all. Let me get the light adjusted here. Okay, so the burr, probably be good to measure the tip of the burr and see how long it is. So it's about 1 millimeter, so you don't want to go much more than just the depth of the head of the number 2 round.
That's great, it's 1 millimeter.
Okay, so I'm looking straight down on the top of the burr there. Okay, so I've got to come a little bit incisal with that. Okay, let me go ahead and wedge it. Oh. That's about all you can really get on a real person's teeth, so we'll go with that. Check the facial extension. So I'm holding the mirror looking straight down on the incisal edge.
Okay, shallow there.
This shallow, so that's like 3/4 of a millimeter there, and about 1 1/4 on the gingival wall. So we got to extend the facial wall about 1/2 millimeter, and the gingival wall about 1/4 millimeter.
It's right
Okay.
there, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That looks like 1 1/4 about.
Because it just needs to cross the line a little bit, right?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to take the pin hatchet, the 1mm hatchet,
1mm hatchet. Okay.
and this one I'm doing with the bevel facing down, facing gingerly, and putting that against that wall and scraping towards the incisal edge. And then I'm also planing along that incisal edge to get off any crab claw that's right on the edge. Okay, now I'm turning it with the bevel facing incisally, and I'm doing the other half, the gingival half of that facial wall. So I'm pushing using it like a chisel, pushing along that gingival wall, and then I'm scraping with the end along the facial wall to get that facial wall smooth without any crab claw.
So that's about 1mm. A little bit more than that, yeah.
Yeah, the incisal.
Yeah, axial depth, that's what we call it,
The
right?
axial depth on the incisal wall is about 1.5,
Mm-hmm.
and the gingival should be about 1 1/4.
That's a great way to also check your measurement.
Yeah, there's the larger hatchet is a 1.5.
Right.
So you clean up the internal angles with the enamel hatchet as well?
Yeah, I am. You could also use a 1 round burr.
I use 1 round burr
Yeah.
and 33 and a half.
I tend to go, I've used the FSD4 diamond. Kind of use the flat edge on that, but I'm always afraid something's going to go wrong.
That's still not smooth. Facial swimming. This is a difficult instrument to reach into that position. It'd be nice if we had, they make a 10 margin finger too. These are 13s. 13's a little bit wide to fit into this tooth. Unless we wedge it, we really can't get it in there. Let me see if I can get this in there. Yeah, that'll fit. see if what else you got on your burr kit that we can use to smooth up that wall.
Maybe 7901.
No, I need something with a flat tip. The 330 diamond would probably work. We used to use a 330 to do the class 3 preps. We started out years ago, we did the number 2 round, and then for a few years we switched to a 330. Oh, I guess this is the one that came out of this little. And then we switched back to the number 2 round because people were making their preps way too big, but with the doing the whole prep with a 330. But it'd be possible to use this. Let me put it. You probably want to use a slow speed. Do you have a slow speed friction grip? There it is.
Would it be bad to use a 55 for this?
Yeah, because it's too sharp. The edges are too sharp. The corners.
Is it the same for a 33 and a half?
It's sharp. Yeah.
Pretty sharp.
Sharp edges. The 330 has a rounded corner on it, so you can use that. I'm not going to go all the way to the. I'm only going to use it to smooth the facial wall right here.
That's a really good way. I never even thought about finishing it with the diamond. I was using 330 actually.
Yeah, the 330 diamond.
It's gonna take so much away and it grows so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was getting so much practice.
Let's see.
And it's on the torque. That one is also on the
Yeah,
torque.
using a torque multiplier on it.
Yeah,
it's also.
It was actually running in reverse. I didn't.
Oh, so you're
It's
moving
okay.
forward.
It doesn't hurt
Uh,
with a burr. But
Takes less, right?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Reverse takes less than that?
Not with diamond. It would, on a regular burr, a carbide burr, it would take off less.
so you're just tapping it really little.
I'm just barely rubbing it.
Yeah, you're just really rubbing it. Alright. Are you also pressing it down to meet the depth?
No, not. You mean axially?
Yes,
or
axially.
No, I wasn't. I was keeping it away from the axial wall.
So you just okay.
Actually.
Just,
So, see if there's anything else I can smooth out with it.
Okay.
Okay, let's check our dimensions. I'm a little concerned about the axial depth. It looks like it might be more than. That's about right.
We are about like 1
1.5
point.
and then 1. Yeah, that's about right.
Alright.
Okay. So that's a quick and dirty class 3.
What's the axial wall depth?
The axial wall depth. It's about 1.5 on the incisal. And it looks like it's close to 1.25 on the gingival. The facial extension is about 1 1/4 there, and it's about 1 1/2. So it's pretty close to what it should
Great.
be.
I see one. I don't see. I see the whole clearance actually. So that's
Well, that's because the wedge is in there.
Oh yeah. Don't let that.
Don't turn it in.
Yeah. That. That's why we wedge it afterwards and remember where we start.